Ta-da. So welcome again, Thursday morning, 9:30 for our half-hour meditation. If you have props, elevate your hips. It just allows the pelvis to tilt, and we can sit a little bit more easefully. Yeah, am I going to sit like this? Find a comfortable seat. Could be cross-legged, half lotus, virasana. Or if you take this in bed, you just lie down in bed and have a little snoozle. I would like to emphasize that we don't have to sit upright for any meditation. If that is what's stopping you from enjoying meditation, then don't lie down, be on your sofa, be in bed. If seated is stopping you, then just take the meditation as you feel comfortable. That's simply, you've got your eyes closed already, I shall assume. Let's bring hands in prayer, the Anjali Mudra. And just give yourself an inner smile and a pat on the back for showing up for yourself this morning for the practice of meditation. And it's already started. We already come into that physical stillness. We've made the commitment to a formal practice of meditation. And for me, the difference between a mindfulness and meditation is more of a formal practice where you really commit to a time. And it doesn't mean it can't be taken anywhere, sort of on the go as well. And mindfulness is something that, a quality that you cultivate, where you are mindful of what goes on in your feeling sense, in your thinking, inside of you and outside of you. Approaching the practice this morning, as always, with a sense of curiosity. Excuse me, if you have a journal next to you, if you want to stop and write down what thoughts, what aha moments come up, do that. If you ever take the time after to just come back to reflecting on the meditation and maybe journal then, that's a good idea as well. And starting to connect to your breath. That sense of single pointed focus. Sense of, without having to attach anything to the breath and without aiming to change it in any way, simply observe it. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. What's the story of your breath this morning? Have you set an intention for your day, for your formal practice? Let's see if this morning we can make it part of our meditation to chant 3 Oms. I'd like us though to have emphasis on the 3 parts of the Om. The A sound that we feel deep in our belly. The U sound that we want to have resonating in the chest. And the that we have resonating like our buzzing breath in our sinuses, our forehead, our third eye center. And then there is the pause where we draw a new inhalation. See if we can do that 3 times. Let's empty the lungs and exhale first. Draw an inhale. Again. Last one. And as you drift into natural breath, let's just reflect and sit with that experience. So for those OMs, we really make these 3 little syllables consciously larger, longer. We feel into the vibration of the lower belly, the heart, and the forehead. Nice. This could be part of your sound meditation, having your own voice, your own chants resonate throughout you. And then noticing how that makes you feel in your physical body this morning. Sense of cultivating stillness, allowing the senses to draw inwards. And just finding a greater connection to your internal world, becoming introspective. And so it's the use of it. We just find if we cultivate that, then we can switch from letting our outer senses kind of dominate our day to becoming still and inwardly drawn more efficiently, more effectively, quicker. And when we cultivate that sense of stillness and that sense of connection to the stillness and to our inner world, we can cultivate more easily other qualities. As we discussed this morning, the qualities of trust, the qualities of clarity, only come when we can be comfortable in stillness and when we're able to draw the senses inwards. And as you know, in all our practices this week, we would like to replenish the energy of the heart center, the energy of the heart. And notice already you've been comfortably sitting and being in the meditation with the Anjali Mudra, with the eyes closed, with just that sense of being and not doing. I'd like us now to, if you have to open your eyes, open your eyes, but let your thumbs come together and then just one hand draws back and behind. And so you come into that mudra where the thumbs just hook. And I call these angel wings. And we've done this meditation before, but perhaps not on a Thursday. And you bring your hands like wings in front of the heart, but then you use your fingertips and just come into a gentle tapping. So what we're really doing, we're tapping underneath the collarbone, so around to the sternum and around the thymus area. So it would look like this, yeah, with the thumbs sort of hooked in together. I think that looks like wings. And I think the way I came across it, they actually called it angel wings or angel meditation. I think I've done it in a workshop before. And then there is a few things to connect to. If you close down your eyes, the feeling sense of where your fingertips land. The sound perhaps as well as you tap against your own body. And then the way I do it, I do actually go outwards and then I come back in. So close towards the sternum and then outwards again. And then seeing how easily we are judging our activities here. Am I doing this right? What am I supposed to do? Yeah, it's like you heard that instruction. It's about that gentle tapping. I could say a little bit more to that, but it's not a therapeutic yoga class. Just that, can we live with not knowing 100% really what we're supposed to do, and just allow the experience to be. And then in a moment's time, just change the hook here. So bring, yeah, and then, yeah, see, I have my other one would be my preferred, more natural side to hook. Interesting. Good. And just a few more vigorous rounds where you can really go, oh, I really feel this like a Tarzan. And then pausing and just letting the experience be what it is, and just feel into that body part that has now been stimulated. Feeling into the energetic feel of having, you know, your chest, your heart protected with your hands like angel wings. And yes, we're bringing in the sense of touch, the sense of feeling, and then that after idea. Maybe there is a tingling happening where the fingertips were, a sense of heat. And then practicing that sense of single pointed focus. Can we bring our feeling sense, our whole awareness sense into that experience, into that area? Beautiful. And from here, you're welcome to stay in that mudra here. If you want to release the arms, you're welcome to do so. If you have an own personal mudra that we would like to take, do that. Keeping the eyes closed and then bringing that internal gaze upwards into the center, to the area behind your third eye. And then for today, we're just going to see if we can be seated there. If we can take that internal drishti, that internal eye gaze to that area. For two things. One's to become still, to have a focal point. So the attention goes there, the drishti goes there, and the feeling sense goes there. So there's a sense of direction that elicits a feeling and the quality of stillness. And a more technical expression of single pointed focus. And secondly, to really become curious as to what can be seen, so to speak, as we observe the drishti up to the behind the third eye, between the eyebrows, from the inside out. Sometimes there's a beautiful play of color, perhaps. And I'm simply talking from my own experience and what has been shared with me. And this is a much more narrow focal point than if we see everything that's in front of our eyes. So this is really just that third eye, in between the eyebrows, with a sense of curiosity and always a sense of kindness. And with that beautiful quality of the heart, compassion. Compassion in the sense that we know that we're doing a great job. We are meditating. And particularly interesting when we have stimulated the upper chakra points. So like we've done in our angel meditation, or if we've done pranayama, for example, where the energy is uplifted and directed to the third eye. And then after that, it's a bit like journaling after an experience, just sitting there and letting the awareness sit there. And the feeling sense. Could very well be that you experience the sensations of temperatures will probably fluctuate. Could well be there is heat coming up into your body from this experience. Perhaps cold. And sometimes we can experience that almost levitation-like sensation. And just seeing if we can sit with the eye gaze raised towards the third eye. And just quietly for a minute or so. Allowing everything to be validated if thoughts come up. That's where the mindfulness comes in. You acknowledge them and you just let them go like clouds drifting past. Or sometimes the visualization of a running stream and you just put that thought or you put that emotion onto a leaf and just let it go. For the time being, if you decide to come back to it, that's fine. But for now, it's just pulling the thoughts and the emotions and the physical sensations out of the head if they want to arise. We acknowledge and then we come back to our single pointed focus behind the third eye. And like with the breath, we can ask ourselves, what's the story there? What do we see? What do we feel? What do we experience? Beautiful. And just allowing yourself to just letting that experience sit. You can always come back to the third eye meditation. And for now, I'd like you to drop that internal gaze. That's it. If you're still in angel wings like I am, maybe changing again. Yep. Just the hook on the thumbs. Or maybe you want to release your hands into mudra of knowledge, Gyan mudra, or any other hand position, or maybe Anjali mudra. And then that internal eye gaze, if you had your eyes open, close them again and draw that eye gaze towards your heart. Yeah, so I noticed in myself almost automatically the chin tucks under the head lowers a little, whereas when we go to the third eye, often the head lifts. So let it happen, let those natural movements happen. Nice. So I'd like you to bring your full awareness, if you can, in your feeling sense into your chest. And perhaps draw it a little further and bring that internal gaze towards the left of your chest, so really towards your heart. Because we were aiming this week to replenish the energy of the heart. And our U of the Om was resonating into the heart space. I'd like you to just see if you can do what we've done for the third eye, here for your chest and for your heart. Just having that internal gaze to the left. And then I'd like us to go a little further and come up into a color visualization. So often the color of pink is also associated with the heart center, the heart chakra energy, or the heart energy. Pink like a rose quartz. If that resonates with you, you are of course welcome to bring up a more traditional chakra color of green, but if pink, any shade of light pink that is perfect for you, that comes up for you. See if you can draw that in or draw that up from your heart with your inhalation, and then let it go back into your heart and all throughout your body with your exhalation. We sometimes do in our color meditation. And you can do that with the pulse of your heartbeat or of your breath. So that sense of that softening quality of a light pink. On the inhale and on the exhale without strain. It could even be enough to just listen to what I say and then just take the gaze to the left. That light rose quartzy pink with the quality of softness, softening our heart. And we have all experienced these last 2 months in different ways. And yet I'd like to think we all had at least moments in that time where consciously or unconsciously the heart was closing up, hardening up a little. So let that soft light pink open and soften the heart. And for us logical people, we sometimes could be almost becoming annoyed with words like softening the heart. And that is the practice. It refers to the qualities of softness, compassion, for example. That is often referred to when we talk about softening the heart. Coming from a place of non-duality. The softness of a light pink in and out of the whole chest area, or if it resonates with you, the left side of the chest, the heart. Let's not underestimate what happens with just showing up for yourself, committing to relative physical stillness, deliberate though, not accidental about just lazing around, committing to allowing awareness to turn inwards, commitment to stillness, commitment to experiencing new things, approaching your practice with a, as they say, a beginner's mind. And that we do with a sense of curiosity, even though we've meditated before, we know a lot. It's being open to a new experience, as if it has not ever happened before. Beautiful. Nice. And then I'd like you to just slowly letting go of that gazing towards the heart. You can gaze back towards down the nose, letting go of that color visualization. And then I'd like us to bring one hand onto the heart and one hand onto the belly. And then I'd like us slowly to come into our yogic breath. So the idea is threefold parts. The first part into the belly, and then the breath is moved into the ribs and then into the chest. And then we exhale. And we'll make it so that most of the breath, so say the count of 4 goes into the belly, and count of 2 into the ribs, count of 2 into the chest. And then it's a continuous exhalation until all the breath is left, and the last 2 just into the lower belly to perhaps switch on from the bandhas. Let's do it together. A gentle exhale first. Let's inhale. 2, 3, 4 belly, and then 2, 3 into the ribs, and then 2, 3 into the chest, and a long exhalation. You're welcome to take a few rounds on your own. You don't necessarily have to count, just the idea, as you know from yoga, most of it comes into the lower parts. Nice, and you allow that to be natural. That's what would happen. Just one more. Beautiful. And then allowing the breath to come back into a natural rhythm. Allowing ourselves to come back into prayer hands in front of the heart again. If you've been lying down, let's come back to a seated position. Are we going? Yeah, we chant 3 Oms. So 3 Oms again. Yeah, make it into a little bit of a resonance, a humming practice, a chanting practice, but also combined with the feeling sense. Yeah, so the honoring the three syllables of the Om, so the Ah into the lower belly, You into that chest resonance, and the all the way up into the head, into the sinuses. Yeah, so there's three different parts. And then the silence is where we draw an inhalation again 3 times. Let's exhale together. Ah. Let's do one more. Just gently allowing the head to bow forward. Feeling the resonance of those longer, deeper Oms in your physical body. And then I'd like us to bow all the way forward. That sense of namaste. Namaste, and thank you all. Thank yourself so much for showing up for a formal practice for yourself, for me, and for the group, for being open to new experiences. I wish you a marvelous rest of the day. Enjoy that calm state of higher consciousness that you have maneuvered yourself into. If you want to stay back for any comments, findings, questions, do that. Otherwise, have a marvelous day, and I'll see you again tomorrow or next week. Ciao. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Kath. Thank